What's going on, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. Now, before we jump in today's video, man, you should have know what you should have been did. Like, comment, and subscribe. We trying to save the world. We trying to save as many people as we can. So make sure you hit that post notification bell so you don't get that post nut clarity, my guys. Now listen, man. Today we got a video titled "Wet Dreams Are a Relapse, Semen Retention." Now, shout out to the supporter that sent me this video. Much appreciated, my guy. But I will be giving my reaction, my thoughts to this video. Comment, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video as well. I hope there's not a lot of false information being thrown around, but let's just see what he got to say.
What's happening, YouTube? It's Dylan here. Listen, I've been thinking about this for a while now, and a lot of other channels seem to be getting this confused. But after putting some real thought into it, I realized that a wet dream is actually a relapse. Whether you like it or not, you can hate the information if you want to. I'm just gonna lay the truth out for y'all. And here's why, okay? When you have a wet dream, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's just me, but when I have a wet dream, and I've only had probably 3 in my life, 2 during the time I've been doing semen retention, which is kind of crazy. But whenever I have a wet dream, as soon as I'm busting in my dream, because that's for some reason I'm busting a nut, whether, whatever reason in my dream is causing me to do that, I usually wake up. Or even if I don't wake up, I eventually wake up and I realize, damn, I busted a whole nut. It's a real nut. It ain't no like different liquid. It's not like some shit that came from like your kidneys or your bladder or something. No, that's a real nut that came from your balls. Let's just call it what it is.
I'm glad he said that because if y'all ever notice, right? Whenever you do check and you see the puddle, and this might sound weird, but let's be men here. If you do check your puddle, right, when you wake up from a wet dream, you do check the puddle. You kind of do notice that it's kind of not the same type of semen that has been released. You notice that the puddle is more, it's more gray type of liquid, and it also has a different type of smell to it. This might sound so weird, but just hear me out. So I'm glad he said that, because actual semen is actually more it has like a little, it has like a glow to it. All semen has a glow to it, but it's not the actual semen. It's not gray. It's not, it has like a type of glow to it. That's actual semen. But the semen that we see from a wet dream, it's more gray and it has a different type of smell, has a different type of scent. Let's be adults here, man. Don't troll me in the comment section. But I'm glad he said that. I'm an open ear type of person. I'm not gonna judge, but my opinion still stands until proven wrong. But I'm gonna hear him out. I'm gonna see what he got to say.
It's a whole nut. It's got the white liquid in it. So it's not pre-nut or no shit like that. Okay. So it's the same cost you gotta pay when you bust a real nut when you're awake. It's the same shit. Why switch it up when we're sleeping? Okay. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to face the truth, but that's what it is, man. Been reading this book I've mentioned before, The Multi-Orgasmic Man, and the Taoists, they categorize 2 liquids that men secrete sexually, and they refer to them as water and milk, right? Water and milk. The water is the pre-cum that we know of, where you kind of, maybe you're getting horny, that little bit of clear liquid that comes out, that's the water.
And I think that is what we experience when we have a wet dream. I think that is what we all experience, is the water, because it has a different scent. It looks different from actual semen.
The milk, that's the semen. That's like the precious life force energy that's gonna go create a baby with all the, all the nutrients and shit. And they say it's okay if you have water coming out. The water, you're not wasting your energy. Sure, you might have little tiny little bits of sperm here and there, but it's not enough to really get anybody pregnant. I mean, by a miracle, you could get somebody pregnant, but that's really just to lubricate the vagina, and also the vagina is very acidic, so that liquid is put there to give the sperm easier an easier traveling time in the vagina, so to speak. It just makes things healthier for the sperm to travel in the vagina, basically, to keep it simple, right? While the milk, of course, that's the real deal. That's where your essence, that's where all your nutrients and, your DNA replication is all packed into that. Okay. So if you have a wet dream and it's like a real nut, which it's gonna be most likely, because I mean, when you're having a wet dream, you're having sex and you did something in your dream to make you bust. So that's just what it is. All right. Now, a lot of y'all are probably thinking, oh man, I'm sleeping. That don't count. I can't help it. I'm asleep. What do you want me to do? I'm in my dream. I busted. It don't count. It does, man. I wanted to feel the same way you did, where I'm like, damn, my dream took advantage of me. Something happened. I couldn't control it. Now, let me tell you something, man. My last wet dream was, I want to say like on New Year's. It fucked me up. And every time, like I said, every time I have a wet dream, I immediately wake up as soon as I'm coming. Now that was my last time, right? So fast forward, I remember a couple weeks ago, probably a month or so ago, I was messing around with this chick who I cut off eventually for the interview story, if y'all go back. We had been fucking, I didn't bust. We fucked real good. And after we fucked, we went to bed, whatever. And during that time I went to bed, I had a dream, and I still remember the dream pretty vividly. It was a really vivid dream. At some point in the dream, I was on the couch getting head from some chick. I don't even know who it was. I was just getting some really good head. I'm talking about that gok. If y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yo, this guy is funny, man.
All right. Some good shit. And I remember in my dream, no bullshit, in my dream, I was trying not to bust. I remember in my dream like, oh, this is great. This is amazing. But I ain't busting. The same shit like in real life. So call it what you want. But in my dream, I was still disciplined. I was still in my mind like, I ain't busting. I'm going to enjoy this sex, but I ain't busting. And if I would have gave...
And let me put it like this too, right? So when you're kind of dreaming, right? It's kind of like you're having a lucid dream. It's like you're there, Whenever you're having a wet dream, it's like your conscious body picks up on the fact that you're about to release. We can all attest to that. So I don't really like to go by, oh, you can't really control it, because you low-key can, because your conscious body kind of feels that you're about to release. We all been there. I'm pretty sure some of y'all can attest to what I just said. So I don't want to hear like, oh, you can't really control it. If it happens, it happens. Bro, you can kind of control it, but would I recommend you just holding it in while it's coming out? I wouldn't recommend that. Because in my belief, I feel like the reason why that's happening is to clear you out from all this excess amount of semen that you're building up. So would I recommend you still hold it in if it's trying to come out? No, I would not recommend that. Just like how if you can, in the real world, still fornicate and, not release, that's kind of what you're doing, but not in the same sense. But I would not recommend that you just hold it in, because it's gonna come back out eventually. So it's not that you can't control what happens in the dream. You kind of can. Because it was times where I would catch myself and feel myself about to release, and I've kind of held it in. But I would always feel like, man, I should have just released it out, you know? Because it's just excess buildup. I always feel like it's just excess buildup while I'm getting all these excessive wet dreams. So that's just my take on it, man. Y'all could comment down below y'all thoughts and opinions on that, you know, but let's just keep playing the video.
Even in my dream, I would have easily had a wet dream, but I had the same discipline in my dream that I have in real life. So there's no excuse. You can make up all the excuses you want, but you got to be honest with yourself. You weren't being disciplined all the way around.
What I will say is, what I do disagree on is, what I can say you have control over is, yes, you're still gonna kind of be in control of not releasing. That is a fact. He's not lying about that part. But when it comes to having these like lustful dreams, I feel like you have no control over that. You didn't know you was gonna fall asleep and have a lustful dream. Sometimes you don't even fall asleep with the thought of lust on your mind, and you still have a wet dream. So that part, I don't think you can control that part. I feel like that ties into all types of spiritual, what be going on in the spiritual realm. I think that ties into that. So you have no control over what goes on in the spiritual realm. But as far as you still kind of releasing, you do have some control over that, because like I said, you feel yourself about to release. You feel it, man. You feel it.
You get what I'm saying? So there's no excuse for this shit. Wet dreams, they are what they are. Don't be mad at yourself. It is what it is. But I just gotta lay this out because there's a lot of confusion out there. People seem to say, oh, wet dreams don't count. Don't worry about it. You know, because it's going to fuck a lot of people's streaks up. A lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves, you know. But a wet dream is as good as a real bust. And just want to clarify that, man. No hard feelings. Just face the truth. It is what it is. You can argue with that in the comments. I don't really care. I'm just going to lay it out there like that, you know, because a lot of people's streaks going to be fucked up after hearing this. And a lot of people y'all look up to, they got these long ass streaks and they've had 3 wet dreams in 6 months. All right, well, you ain't 6 months straight, but hey, more power to you. I ain't hating. I'm just laying that out there. Okay. So that's really it, man. Just want y'all to know the truth. I appreciate y'all watching. Go ahead and leave a quick like, comment down below.
All right, so that was the end of the video, y'all, man. Listen, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure on whether a wet dream is a relapse. The only person who knows is God himself. You just got to pray on it and ask for clarity. You know, don't listen to a man telling you that a wet dream is a relapse, because he might not truly know. The world might not truly know what is a wet dream, you know. But from my personal experience, whenever I had a wet dream, whenever I would wake up, I would still feel like I'm on retention. I still had the energy, still had the glow, still had the charisma, still had the confidence, still had the eye contact. You know, everything seems to still be present. So that's why I feel like a wet dream is you just cleansing yourself. You just releasing some of that excess, dead type of energy within you. I feel like that's what a wet dream is. But who am I? Who am I to say that that's what a wet dream is? You know, only God knows what a wet dream is. Because you're going to hear people telling you that it is a relapse. You're going to hear people telling you that it's not a relapse. So who are we to truly know what it is? You know, I feel like it's best to just, you know, ask God for clarity and just go on based off of that. But don't listen to man telling you that you lost your whole streak. Put it like this: as long as you're not fornicating, committing sin, bros, you are straight. You are straight. Whether a wet dream is a relapse or not, you're still straight. As long as you didn't relapse committing fornication, bros, you are straight. And that's coming from me. So if you learned anything new or valuable from this video, make sure to drop a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, share this video with a friend because they will need it. Watch this end screen that's gonna pop up on top of my head. And look, man, I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm out.